Writing is a part of every job, from your initial letter of application conveying first impressions to memos, emails, blogs, letters, websites, proposals, and various other business documents. Writing keeps business moving. It allows employees to communicate with one another, with management, and with customers, clients, and agencies an organization must serve to stay in business. Effective writing on the job is carefully planned, thoroughly researched, and clearly presented. Its purpose is always to accomplish a specific goal and to be as persuasive as possible. Ask yourself these 4 questions while writing for business. 1. Who will read what I write? 2. Why should they read what I write? 3. What do I have to say to them? And 4. How can I best communicate? The questions who, why, what, and how do not function independently. They are all related. You write 1 for a specific audience, 2 with a clearly defined purpose in mind, 3 about a topic for which your readers need to understand, and 4 in a language that's appropriate to the occasion. Once you answer the first question, you're off to a good start toward answering the other 3. Now let's examine each of the 4 questions in detail. Knowing who makes up your audience is one of the most important responsibilities as a writer. Keep in mind that you're not writing for yourself, but for a specific reader or group of readers. Expect to analyze your audience throughout the writing process. You can form a fairly accurate picture of your audience by asking yourself key questions before you write. For each audience you need to reach, consider the following questions. Who is my audience? What individuals will likely be reading my work? How many people will make up my audience? How well does my audience understand English? How much does my audience already know about the topic? What is my audience's reason for reading my work? What are my audience's expectations about my written work? What is my audience's attitude towards me and my work? And finally, what do I want my audience to do after reading my work? By knowing why you are writing, you will communicate better and find the writing process itself to be easier. The reader's needs and your goal in communicating will help you formulate your purpose. It will guide you in determining exactly what you can and must say. Make sure you follow the most important rule in occupational writing. Get to the point right away. I call this getting right down to business. At the beginning of the message, state your goal clearly. Don't feel as you have to entertain or impress your reader or provide background information. After studying the preface, readers have a clear sense of why they should read your publication and what to do about the information they find. Your message is the sum of the facts, responses, and recommendations you put into writing. Your message includes the scope and details of your communication. Scope refers to how much information you give readers about key details. Details are the key points you think readers need to know. Style refers to how something is written rather than what is written. Style helps to determine how you will communicate with an audience and how well your readers will understand and receive your message. It involves the choices you make about the construction of your paragraphs, the length and patterns of your sentences, and your choices of words. You will have to adapt your style to take into account the different messages, purposes, and audiences for your writing. Tone in your writing, like the tone of voice, expresses your attitude towards a topic and towards your audience. Your tone can range from formal to impersonal, to informal and personal. Your tone can be unprofessionally sarcastic or diplomatically agreeable. Tone, like style, is indicated in part by the words that you choose. For example, saying that someone is, quote, interested in details conveys a more positive tone than saying the person is, quote, a nitpicker. Job-related writing characteristically serves 6 basic functions. 1. Practical information. 2. To give facts rather than impressions. 3. Supplying visuals to clarify and condense information. 4. Giving accurate measurements. 5. Stating responsibilities precisely. And 6. Persuading and offering recommendations. These 6 functions tell you what kind of writing you will produce after you successfully answer the who, why, what, and how. Let's take a look at the 6 functions of job-related writing a little bit more carefully. 1. Providing practical information. On-the-job writing requires a practical, here's what you need to do or here's what you need to know approach. One such practical approach is action-oriented. You instruct the reader to do something: assemble a ceiling fan, test for bacteria, perform an audit, create a website. Another approach of job-related writing is knowledge-oriented. You explain what the reader is to understand: why a procedure was changed, what caused the problem or solved it, how much progress was made on a job site, or why a new piece of equipment should be purchased. Number 2, giving facts, not impressions. Business writing is concerned with what can be seen, heard, felt, tasted, or smelled. The writer uses concrete language and specific details. The emphasis is on facts rather than the writer's feelings or guesses. Number 3, supplying visuals to clarify and condense information. Visuals are indispensable partners of words in conveying information to your readers. On-the-job writing makes frequent use of visuals, such as tables, charts, photographs, flowcharts, diagrams, and drawings, to clarify and condense information. Thanks to various software packages, you can easily create and insert visuals into your writing. Number 4, giving accurate measurements. Much of your work will depend on measurements: acres, bytes, calories, kilometers, centimeters, degrees, dollars, cents, grams, percentages, pounds, square feet, and so on. Numbers are clear and convincing. However, you must be sensitive to what units of measurements you use when writing to international readers. Not every culture computes in dollars or records temperatures in degrees Fahrenheit. Again, it's all about knowing your audience. Number 5, stating responsibilities precisely. Because it's directed to a specific audience, your job-related writing should be absolutely clear of what it expects of or can do for that audience. Misunderstandings waste time, cost money, and could result in injuries. Directions on order forms, for example, should indicate how and where information is to be listed and how it's to be routed and acted on. Number 6, persuading and offering recommendations. Persuasion is a critical part of writing on the job. In fact, it's one of the most important, critical skills you can learn in the business world. Persuasion means trying to convince your readers to accept your ideas, approve your recommendations, or order your products. Convincing your reader to accept your interpretation or ideas is at the heart of the world of work, whether you're writing to someone outside or inside your company. Let's take a look at writing in your career in review. As this presentation has stressed, being a successful employee means being a successful writer at work. The following guidelines, which summarize the key points of this presentation, will help you do well at both. 1. Know your job. 2. Be prepared and give and receive feedback from coworkers, managers, vendors, and customers. 3. Work towards and meet all of your deadlines. 4. Always analyze your audience's needs. 5. Make sure your written work is accurate, relevant, and practical. 6. Document, document, document. Submit everything you write with clear, evidence-based, factual details and persuasive information. 7. Use your computer only for company business. 8. Follow your company policy and promote your company's image, culture, and traditions within your business writing. And 9th, and finally, perhaps most importantly, be ethical in what you say, write, illustrate, and do.